Hi, I'm Shmee. Just kidding, it's not Shmee. Hey, what's up everybody? This is Royce from Pedal Metal. Welcome to my channel. I am back from the dead, and today we're going to be checking out something that I think is pretty cool. We'll go ahead and start unboxing it here, as you probably saw from the title. It is a 1993 Porsche RSR Carrera. Just got this in a few days ago from Mint Models. They're not sponsored or anything like that. I paid for this fully, as the peanuts go flying everywhere. Oh, what we got here? Some candy. They put some candy in there. That's cool. Pretty nice little touch. Try to get some of this out of the way. But this is, of course, a GT Spirit, number 837. Let's see how bad this is going to be get out of there. But all right, get that out. Well, I just made a huge mess here with the peanuts there. This is a resin cast car. It is not die cast. That gets some people worked up, but I don't know. I know in the last few resin cast cars I've had, they're really impressive. So that doesn't, and they can have open, this one's static, but some of them, like Auto Art, has some really impressive, as I've reviewed in the past, ones that the doors open and whatnot, and they are really impressive for resin cast. So they're starting to come around now. They have they're making them that the doors open and things like that, and they're pretty thin. The way that they can do the windows and all that looks really realistic compared to the die cast features that were thicker years ago. But it's just the way the hobby's turning. You're going to see a lot more resin stuff, I think. It's already happening now. They just use a universal box here for this. This is, of course, 1/18 scale, as it says there. Get that out of the way. These are normally packaged up pretty well. This appears to be unmolested. There we go. This particular one is polar silver with red leather interior. Looks pretty sweet already from what I'm seeing. Let me put some gloves on here, so I don't want to get my finger oils and stuff all over this. This thing looks absolutely beautiful. Wow. All right. So this one might take me a little bit here to dismount. Let's go ahead and we'll start dismounting it and try to be as careful as I can. Sometimes these resin cars are very fragile. You want to be very careful handling them. Like, I'm kind of gripping on the sides of the upper door sills, just trying to be very careful, because once this loosens there, if it drops on you, that would not be a good thing. So I'm trying to kind of hold it up and not have it fall out of the styrofoam. I had a few people ask me why I stopped doing the channel. I didn't really stop doing the channel so much as I just got kind of burned out, and I only get $130 to $150 a month royalties from Google, and I'm telling you, it's a hell of a lot of work to do a channel like this for $130 a month. I don't know too many people are willing to work for $130 a month. So that's kind of why also I got sort of burned out. All right, so here we have it up on the turntable. As I might have mentioned earlier, this is a 1993 Porsche Carrera RSR 3.8 liter. They only made 51 of these, and believe it or not, only 2 were designated, like this one, were spec'd out, I should say, that had the full street leather interior. All the rest, the other 49, were all racing only, pretty much, with the stripped out interiors. That's why the real car, this is, by the way, a real car, and it is one of one basically in the world. And it sold a few years ago, I think, for about $3 million, and it only had like a few miles on the odometer. It was really strange. If you Google this car, just put in Polar Silver RSR, usually it'll come up, or Polar Silver RSR Barnfind. You'll see pictures of it. It still has the cosmoline from the factory sprayed all over it, so it looks really dirty, but that cosmoline is like a type of a grease, wax, or whatever that'll protect from the elements, and that came that way, sprayed all over the suspension arms and the body, etc., from the factory. This car is so bizarre. I've had a fascination with this particular specced out RSR since I had seen it years and years ago. Polar silver with purple painted speedline rims, which is, I think they were 18-inch 3-piece speedline wheels, very unusual, and then the fully done red leather interior. Even the roll bar is trimmed in leather. It's just so weird. And then the Brembo brakes on it, the calipers are like a gold color. It's kind of like one of those things. It's indescribably beautiful, as the father from Christmas Story said about the leg lamp. It really is. I mean, once I shut this down, you look at it and stare at it. It's so unusual, the colors of it, that it grows on you. I'm not sure. It makes you wonder why the customer chose purple centered speedline wheels. I mean, the wheels are factory, obviously, but why they chose those to be painted, purple, and then you have the red interior. It's just so unusual. I can't describe. I don't know why, but this car is one of my favorite cars on the planet, besides the F40. I would take an F40 in a heartbeat. But this particular one is just so bizarre and unusual that I don't know why, but it's sad. It'll basically probably be a museum piece for the rest of its life, unfortunately. But anyway, back to the scale model version of it. The paint job is beautiful in this. I mean, it really is. There's no orange peel at all. You might have seen when I first pulled it out of the box. I didn't notice until I came back. I had to spit that away for a second. This amber turn signal in the front was actually kind of hanging out. Looked like the real car. It was like popped out hanging, and I was able to just pop it in. That's a problem with a lot of these cars, and they're shipped there from China. You just don't know what you're going to get till you open up the box and discover if anything. A lot of times you can just use a little, like a toothpick and a little bit of super glue, and tack some of the photo etched parts or whatever might be loose on them. This thing is just incredible, though. The amount of details on this. This particular one, what they make, it was 1,300 of them, and this one is what, 834 out of 1,300. That's worldwide, so there's not too many to go around. It does have like these photo etched metal decals for the latches. They look pretty good. The decals here for the Carrera RSR look pretty good. You can kind of see some of the clear outline. I'm not sure. As I say, sometimes you're supposed to peel that off yourself, but I think this one not. I think it's just a part of the process there. As you can see here, the wheels look pretty good. The brake detail looks really good. Wheels could be a little bit better. In person, they don't look. There's something odd about the spokes. Looks kind of weird to me. I think the detail in the center there could be a little bit better. These are non-licensed tires, obviously, so they don't have any kind of licensing rights on the tires. Are just there's no company name. Brake rows appear to be photo etched metal pieces. Lots of details on this. The real car does have the satin black trim rings around the lights like that. That was spec'd out that way. That wouldn't have came, I don't think, normally on one of these cars like that. They would be, I think, body colored normally. I really wish this would be really awesome to have it, that you could open the door on there. That would probably be the next best thing to this. But the real car is exactly like this. It had silver gauges. It had the 930S style leather steering wheel like that, non-airbags obviously, and the silver ran the whole way across to the passenger side, and the X bars, everything in there, the roll bar is trimmed in leather. I think the X bar is only on the driver's side. See, I'm not sure if they have that right, because on the real car I could swear when you open the door up it's like an X brace. So I'm not sure how correct that is, but everything else looks great. The Recaro seats look good. We have cloth seat belts with photo etched metal harness buckles there. That looks really cool. Center e-brake looks good, and the for the three-point street seat belts there, the latches look pretty good in the center. The paint job though is spectacular on this. I mean, this is auto art quality, the paint job, in my opinion. GT Spirit, I think, has come a long way in the last few years. The windows look good. I'm not sure what that mark there is. You can kind of see like a silver, kind of like a, I think it's just where they cut the plastic or something for that window. I'm not sure if that's what that is there. I think it's it's some little ball of glue that probably a toothpick could probably flick off. I think it's a little, you can see it right there, a little ball of glue, I believe. But the windows, it's one thing with resin cars, the windows are so thin and fragile. You've got to be very, you can see here how thin they are. You can see they're kind of rippled. You just got to be very careful around them. The back window as well is very, very fine, almost as thin as, not mylar, but it's very, very thin. Now the windshield or the windscreen, wherever, depending on where you live, that seems like a thicker plastic. Photo etched metal. The badge looks really good. Porsche badge right here, or Porsche. Trying to train myself still after years to say Porsche. We're so used to saying Porsche over here. 90% of the people in America say Porsche, and that's really is incorrect. But it does have the Porsche logos on the Brembo brakes. This thing is just freaking awesome. The rear reflector does have the Porsche logo. There you can get a good shot of the backs of the Recaro seats, or color match to the body, polar silver. Kind of can see the interior there, the wild all silver. Even the bezels on the gauges were silver. I'm not sure if they were like an aluminum color or what, but this is very accurate to the way the real car is spec'd out. There's no doubt in my mind this is the reference that they used for this car is in fact the one of one basically on the planet that was sold for $3 million or whatever in 2017 or 18 or whenever it was. So there you go. Hope you guys liked that. I know it's not 1/64 scale, it's 1/18th, but how cool is that though? I think that's awesome. And like I said, it's so unusual, the scheme that to me, I think it works. Like the gold calipers with the purple centered rims, and then you got the red interior to silver body. Very unusual. And then the rear reflectors kind of pulls the interior together. It's such a weird combination that I think it works. I don't know. It grew on me because the first time I saw it, I was like, what in the freaking world were they thinking of purple center rims? But it's definitely early 90s look to it. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Would have been a hell of an investment to whoever purchased it new. If you hold, you know how they held on to it. So there you go. Hope you guys like that. I will try to keep up with videos on my channel. Like I said, I just got kind of burned out after doing it for 7 years straight or whatever it was, and for very little pay and whatnot. So it's tough, especially if you have any kind of family or other obligations in your life. It's tough. All right, so I will talk to you guys soon. Let me know down below, do you guys like this? Is this something, I mean, obviously if you're wealthy, would you guys rock something like this? I mean, to me, I think it really is beautiful, and pretty crazy car. But like I said, this is normally aspirated. This is not turbo, so it looks, you know, has the turbo, has the wide body and all that. But this was 3.8. Very special motor in these for racing. All right, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good night. Bye now.